My name is Teresa. I'm the owner and artisan over here at NTS Design Co. I am a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company, and I go live with you guys every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. So if you guys have been following along, we've been just doing this little side table project here for, this is I think now our third week, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys have missed any of those, you can go back and rewatch those lives and you can follow the process along with this cutie pie little table. So, all right. Let me just get situated here and get things moved. I'm going to move this table actually. I had it sitting one way and I feel like I need more space back here with it. There we go. So we're going to turn her. And I'm sitting on the floor because that's my comfy space for when I paint. So as you guys are popping on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from so I know I'm not on an island all of my own. And today we will be doing some finishing touches on this girl, kind of polishing her up and getting her ready to go back home. I still need to get the top made. I didn't have time to do that. That's an easy thing I could do. And let me see, I got my t-shirt, I got my gloves. I have all the things that I'm going to need. And you guys are on, making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so here we are. We painted her last week, and we painted her. I have the paint still inside. Good morning from Napa, California. Nice. I bet you guys are having some beautiful weather over there today. We painted her in Peony. Peony is a really beautiful, vibrant, kind of matches my shirt. Actually, it does match my shirt. A beautiful color from Dixie Belle. It is a paint from the chalk mineral line. I can't open it, but it is this color, obviously. I feel like you guys still can't see exactly where I need you to be. Let me see if I can move you guys down just a little bit, all right? Hold on one second, you guys. I'm using a different tripod today. My other tripod, I don't even know where my other tripod is. So I'm using my backup tripod. I can lower it just a smidge. Lower you down all the way, and then I can move you accordingly. That's much better. I feel like that's much better. Try not to give you guys motion sickness. I know that can be gross. Hey, Patty, good morning. Yay, caught you live again to finish this. Thank you, Stephanie, for watching and following along. I appreciate you guys. I hope you can hear me. I have my AC on and my fan running because it is quite hot in here. And my crazy butt decided today, like 30 minutes before I went live, to start rearranging my shop because why wouldn't I? Those that know me, I can't sit still long ever. So I will be finishing this girl up today, and then I will be redoing my shop. So follow along on my stories for that, for sure. So today we will be creating a beautiful finish on this guy. And again, if you missed it and you're just popping on, she was painted in Peony by the chalk, Peony, I always say it wrong. Peony from Peony, however you say it. Hi from Montana. You ever say a word so many times that you forget how to say it? That's what I'm doing right now. So this beautiful color. We painted it in that. I cleaned her with White Lightning. We went back and I used a tinted slick stick to prime her. And then I still am going to be getting the top made. Hi from Georgia. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I grabbed the feet because I got those in last week. And I wanted to show you, because I told you guys I was going to be doing, like, I just got a spider web on my hand, little 1-inch feet. They're so cute. And we're going to be doing gold because I love gold. For anything MCM, it really makes me happy when I use gold. Okay, so when you get feet and they give you these little screws, just throw them out and go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get yourself 1-inch wood screws. You're welcome. You will thank me later because those do nothing and your furniture will topple over. So I got, how cute are these? Are they not the cutest little feet? So these will come in like that. Right here on each. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So those will be the 4 feet that I'm going to be using. They're super, super cute. I love them. I'm going to have a friend help me with those because it's MDF and it's going to be kind of tricky. So we're getting a new top made. And then she'll probably be ready to go home sometime next week or so. So that's that. That's her process. Now let's go do the fun stuff. All right, so a couple of things I brought out today. Again, because I am doing gold, we're going to be doing the hardware in gold. I'm going to be doing black wax in here. I did top coat this. I have ADD in the same way. I can't sit still and get distracted really easy. Stephanie, oh my gosh, you are my people. You are my people. I try so hard. I just can't. It is awful. I'm the worst to go see a movie with. I can't sit still for a movie. I'm like, I need snacks, car rides, anything where you need me to sit still. I am not your person. But if you want to go do all the fun things and like help me, I will help you organize. I will do any of that stuff. Do a fun project. I'm your girl. I will hone it in and I love that kind of stuff. I just can't sit still. It's terrible. All All right, so what I brought out today is I brought out the Best Dang Wax in black. I talked through the movies, same. Good morning from Green Valley, Arizona. Thank you, Catherine, for watching today. So we will be using the Best Dang Wax in black. I will be using this to age. This is my thing. So the top, I'm going to get a piece of plywood. I'm going to burn the top. I'm going to sand it back, and then I'm going to stain it with black. I have molding over there that will go back around the top that matches this. This is plastic. This is MDF, okay? That's that. The inside is MDF as well, as you can see where it's all crumbly and falling apart. Not the best. But we will be doing that with plywood, so it will be a sturdy, pretty surface that will last as long as the piece of furniture will last. So I don't want to age this and make it look beautiful and define all these details with black wax and then leave the rest pink. I think it would look really funny. Good morning from Milwaukee. Hey, Amy, or Ann, I'm sorry, I read wrong. Ann, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. So we'll be doing that, and I brought out, oh, I didn't grab something to open it with. I need that. The black gilding wax is what I'm going to be doing in here because it is a deeper wax than the regular black wax. I want those details to really pop. When I'm doing a fine detail line work like that, I do that, and that way it kind of gives me the more definition that I need. On the sides, I'll be aging it, making it look more like antique looking, dirty. That's where I use the black wax, and then I come in with this brush, which is my absolute favorite brush in the universe to age anything with. If you guys follow me around, you'll know that this is my favorite brush to use for waxes. Now, with that being said, I got my little artist brushes. What are you doing? So we will be adding black wax to this today. And if you haven't seen the story on her, you can go back and rewatch the lives. This is our third live with this little guy, so she's gonna be super cute today. I have my little artisan brushes from Dixie Belle. I love them. I'm going to be using this one to use the gold. We're going to be making gold hardware. We're going to be doing black, and then I'm going to be adding little teeny tiny touches of gold accents just to highlight her together. Again, if you guys follow me around, wherever I create a shadow, I like to create a highlight. It's kind of like makeup, okay? So you want it to stand out. You want it to look like the sun is naturally glistening on your piece of furniture, just to kind of give it that more effect. Now, I like to do that with gold gilding wax or whatever wax I'm using, sometimes the chameleon wax, just to kind of, or you can even do it with paint, just to give it that, so it's not so flat. You want to add dimension back to your furniture. Again, like makeup. I put my makeup on. She's got her foundation on. Now we got to add the low lights with our contour and our highlights, which is highlights. So those are the things that we're going to be doing today. I do need to grab something to open up my tins with. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I forgot to grab my paint opener. My little can opener things to open up my gilding wax with. That is super, super important. I will be wearing gloves today. It's not necessary. I saw one like this at the Restore. Retro, love it. Isn't it fun, right? Yes, this is my girlfriend's, and so I'm redoing this for her. I wear gloves because I get my nails done, and I just don't want that wax all in my cuticles and stuff like that. So if I can preserve my fingernails, I do. So again, not necessary, but it's something that I just like to do. I did apply satin clear coat to this. The reasoning why I did that, okay, so there's a couple of reasons that I want to talk about applying satin clear coat to your finished pieces of furniture before you wax. If you do this before you wax, the wax is easier to move around. And what I mean by that is when I apply my wax and I'm trying to remove it, my paint is not going to absorb it. Chalk mineral paint is very porous, and it's going to absorb in those pores the wax, and it's going to grab onto it better. Now, if you're going for a more aged and grungy look, that's fantastic. Now, if you're trying to get in all these little detail works and you heavy wax this and then you want to wipe it off, you're going to want to have a clear base underneath that so that you can easily remove the wax and it is movable. That's what that means. Now, on the sides, I like to do, you can still do your aging and things like that, but it's a different technique. Now, I do it both ways. I really love, I can't let me see. Can you make a more glossy finish with chalk paint? Chalk paint is porous, so it's going to be very matte. The way that you create that glossy look is going to be from your top coat. If you're going to use a flat top coat, it's going to maintain that flat matte look with your added protection. You can do wax. Wax will give you sort of like a light sheen. If you do satin clear coat, you're going to have a satin finish. And if you want a really glossy look, they also make gloss top coat as well. And that's going to give you the shiniest of the top coats to have that shiny sheen if that's what you're looking for. So I hope that answered your question. All right, so now let's get to it, guys. I've been rambling on here for like, I feel like 10 minutes. All right, so let's bring you guys in, and I'm gonna bring you down if I can. I think that's as low as we can go, so I might have to keep you guys backed up just a smidge. Sorry about that. Again, I have a different tripod today. I like this tripod because I feel like it gives me a better angle. It just doesn't get as low as I would like it to. I started cleaning out one of my half garage full of boxes that had been needed, unpacked for an embarrassingly oh no, where did you go? I touched something and you disappeared. Okay, sorry. I tried to read as much as your comment before it disappeared. I apologize. All right, and so I just grabbed an extra t-shirt. You're Barbie with this. Yes, oh my gosh. Can we talk about that, Amelia? We went and saw the Barbie movie. It was adorbs. So my kids wanted to see it and they loved it. So my middle child, she just turned 18, and so we went to go see the Barbie movie and she absolutely loved it. So it was super cute. I did not really care for all of the singing. I'm not a big fan of that, but it was super fun. All right, so I'm just pre-opening some cans. We're gonna start with the black, and I'm just gonna do one door because otherwise I'll be here for 5 hours and I won't be able to show you all the fun things. So we're gonna get as much in here as we can, and then I'm gonna show you some shading on the side, and then we'll do some highlights with the gold gilding wax. As much as I can get done in one sitting, the rest I will record for content, okay? I like to keep my lids to offload on top of, or drop it on the floor because that makes more sense. All right, all that talking, let me grab my cup. Anybody else have an emotional water cup? I am so jealous, I can't wait to see it. We'll come over and see it. I want to see Barbie. I'm almost 61. Girl, that movie's cute. You definitely need to see it. All right, so let's come on in. I choose a really fluffy brush, and by that I mean it started like this, and since it floofs out so much, this one is like my favorite because I like the floofier brushes. So that just means that I'm doing a lot of this motion with my brush and it gets it a little fluffier. Okay, I like that application the best. I'm hoping I can bring you guys in as much to see this as possible. So we're gonna work up here in this area and not so much down here because you can't see that. Okay, so I'm going to just, you can tell, very loved black gilding wax. All right, and so I just dab, offload on the side because you don't need all of that wax in there. That's an excessive amount. All right, very lightly. You can offload on a paper towel, a paper plate, whatever you want to do. I just choose to use the top of my lid, okay? And continuously drop it on the ground. Hey, thank you for watching today. I missed your name, I'm sorry. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just come right in here, and I want to get in all of this area right here. I want all of this to show that depth, okay? And so this is gonna bring this piece back, not flat. You're gonna add your wax in here. You can add it up on the top if you wanna get some more in here, okay? And then you're gonna wanna offload that. And you see the difference already in the two. I feel like you guys can't see. Okay, this is weird. It has like feet that clip, so I'm gonna drop you guys down so you can see a little bit. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I just wanna make sure you guys have the best view. And I feel like right now, that is not the case. So I apologize on the movement ahead of time. I have one more if I can reach it. All right, we're looking at my garage door. That's a very, very attractive view. There we go, that's way better. Okay, my other one, the tripod, I can move it down manually. This one has like clip feet that I have to slide, so I only have 3 adjustment levels. But now I feel like you can see a lot better. I wanted you to really be able to see that up close, because there's no point in me doing a tutorial if you can't see it, right? All right, so now you can see the difference where this is a little bit darker through here, and this is just what I want. I just want it to be aged just a little bit. And now if I hadn't used that clear coat, this would be a lot harder to remove, okay? And so in here, again, I'm just taking a little bit of wax and I'm gonna offload on this lid. I'm gonna come on in here in all these little areas, anything that's sunken in, any crevices, this is where we're going, any of these. And then texture, and it's gonna pick that up, which I'm super excited about. So it's not gonna look, I mean, this is not a brand new piece of furniture. It's from probably the 60s, I would think. I'm not sure, 70s, somewhere in there. Not really sure, there was not a timestamp. Oh, you put me on your TV? Thank you. Whew. I'm not wearing makeup today either, goodness. All right, so here we go. And now I am just going to offload, or not offload, but I'm going to remove this wax. Okay, and it's gonna stay wherever it's sunken in. Wherever there's a crevice, that's where my wax is going to stay. Now, again, I chose to use this wax because it is more pigmented than the regular black wax. The black wax I'm going to be using on the flat parts of this surface to give it more definition and make it kind of like old and like just vintagey looking, okay? But for the rest of it, we're just gonna do this, okay? And then I'm just coming in here with my finger and just kind of very carefully adding definition in here. And we're just gonna wipe back just a little. Okay, I like the way that that's going. It looks dark, it looks scary, but I promise you we're gonna add some bling back to it and it's gonna look beautiful, okay? All right, so we're gonna pick up some more of this wax. I'm gonna come in here, pink and black, right? It's very like French. It used to be like a Paris theme back in the day when my daughter was little. She is now 22, so that was a while ago. But I guess with everything around, it's more Barbie. All right. Coming in here. And so this is square one and this is square two, so you can definitely see the definition in there. You can see, my leg is sticking to my pad that I'm sitting on, so you can definitely see that. So now let's come in and we're gonna do this second side. Grab another sip of my drink. Okay. Again, I'm just offloading on that lid. I'm gonna come on in here. Now there's nothing wrong with this flat look if that's something that you're looking for and you just want a simple look. I am anything but simple and love to do all the things extra. Those that know me know I like things extra. Especially when I have a girlfriend that tells me just to run with it, and I can, right? Who else wants a piece of hot pink and black furniture? I mean, maybe everybody, who knows? But I'm just excited because I get to run with this project and take you along this process, and it's a lot of fun. Again, if you missed some of this, you can go back and rewatch it on the Dixie Belle channel. It is still there. All right, and we're just gonna come on in here. I'm not adding too much, like maybe this side I did a little darker. Just wanted a little darker through here. All right, we're gonna age that in there. If I put too much of this wax on it and I do not like it and I cannot remove it, the best way to remove it is you're going to get clear wax. So Dixie Belle makes a clear wax that you can remove it with. Now this is oil-based and oil and water don't really mix that well, but if you just use a little bit, it'll be fine. I wouldn't heavily use it, but in a pinch, that's what you can do. You can also use Big Mama's butter as well too, that is oil-based. So if you get it on a spot, you can do that as well. But for the best dang wax, when you're using the black wax, you can just remove it with clear wax. I have trouble, yes, Patty, we know. Patty is very extra, and we love you because of it. Okay, so now that we've got this area in here, what I want to do is I'm going to apply this black wax to this hardware that I slick sticked because it is metal, and then I got a little bit of paint on it, which I'm not really worried about. But I want to put the black in here because I don't want it to be all like blingy bling gold. I want it to have some depth. And so now I'm just going to wipe back. And you can see where all that black is in there. And then when I apply my gold, it'll just pop it out just a little bit more. Okay? So now we're gonna slide down to these little smaller areas. And we're just going to do each little frame by frame. And do as much of this as we can get done. My nose is itching. My hair is blowing in my face. All right, and then I want to catch this door. Because the top has to have that aging on there too. Don't forget, otherwise it'll look really flat and it'll be weird. And so I'm not really doing anything crazy to it. I'm just dragging my brush along it, and then I'm just gonna offload a little bit of that. So that way you have that definition on the side as well. And you can just kind of use what excess wax is left on your brush to kind of achieve that look. And just wipe back just a smidge. I'm just basically wiping off anywhere that stands like the highlights, or not the highlights, but You're getting into the crevices, anything that's raised, we're removing it and the wax stays into where it's sunken. This also helps if you did not paint a perfect finish. If it's not a perfect finish, it's okay. This will hide that. So on those pieces that are brand new, this is a great way to kind of camouflage some of that as well. So there are many ways that you can accomplish that look. Okay, and now I kind of just want to this is where I just like to kind of smoke in a little bit. To make it look purposeful. All right, and now I'm going to blend that out with this big, fluffy brush. The Belle brush is my favorite when doing wax. We're just moving that wax around is all I'm doing. Just kind of grunged that up just a smidge. On camera, it looks way different. All right. All right, I'm digging that feel right there. I'm really liking that. I'm gonna just come in here and grab whatever left wax I have. Kind of You guys liking that? I think that's really pretty. Do you see the difference? You can kind of see. Without wax, with the wax. Just gives it that depth. It's more, it's just not flat. I like it. I think it's gorgeous. Again, I use the gilding wax because there is more pigment in it than the best staying wax. This is also an oil-based product. Black wax on my knee. I always get everything on me. Always. Always. It's either in my hair, in my glasses, all over me. All right, so now we're just gonna come on down since you guys can see this little area. And come in here. For those that are wondering if I'm going to top coat this again, you can. You just wanna give your oil-based products a little while to cure up. So, you know, maybe 24, 48 hours, something along in those lines. Get the bottom. I want the bottom to be super grungy because it would be very dirty and dark down there. Okay, I'm just gonna offload some of this. There's that. My leg is asleep from sitting. I hate that. Very tingly. Make sure you guys can see. My big head's not in your way. All right. See how pretty that looks? I'm so in love. All right. Now, let's put this away. Close that back up. Nice and tight. You don't want it to dry out. I'm going to take what excess wax is in my brush and just kind of get rid of that. I don't clean my brushes. I just know that these are always for gilding wax. You can clean them with a scrubby soap. It will remove all the oil, but I just offload it. That's how I do it. Okay. Now we're going to come in with, lost my brush for a second. We're going to come in with the gold. All right, and so the same thing. You're just going to kind of dib-dab in about that much. You're going to offload it on your sides. So you don't want to just like, bam, put it all on there unless you're looking for that look. I'm not doing that today. Okay? I'm just going to offload that just a bit. Now, we're gonna come in. See if I can angle you down. There we go. And I'm not worried about the colors that are on here. See how that black is showing through? There is a vintage roll top vanity. Oh, I missed you. These comments don't stay up there very long, and I'm scared to touch it because the last time I did that, it disappeared. So I'm sorry, I just caught your last comment. I'll go back and watch it and answer you. I'm sorry, Stephanie. All right. Sure I'm getting all angles of this piece of hardware. So this hardware was not easily removable. I would have probably destroyed the door if I took it off, which is why I left it on. Love the depth it's creating. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that very much. All right. And you can see the black that's still in there. You do not have to put anything on this. It will cure on its own. If you want to, you can just wait. The metal didn't have any top coat on it. I didn't top coat the metal. I only top coated the piece of furniture. Again, hold on one more second. My head's gonna be in your way. Because I need to make sure this other side is done so I don't forget it. Okay. So again, here is the finished part. This is what it looked like before. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? All right, now let's glam her up. Let's make her shiny. Okay, so now I'm not going to be adding any more wax to my brush. I'm gonna offload just a little bit. And we're very lightly dusting. Can you? All right, we're just dusting. This is where we're adding that highlight back, okay? We have our shadow, you need your highlight. Very light hand, I'm not smashing it on there. And you can wipe it off a little bit. I obsessively go over a lot of my furniture. It will take me hours. And I just lightly just brush it, and you can't even see it on camera, but just grabbing a little bit what's on my lid. I'm not re-dipping in that can. I literally am just re-dipping from right here. Okay, and then again, we're just dusting. There's gonna be a top on this, so it's gonna cast a shadow, so you can go a little bolder if you want. And I'm also under my shop lights, which is a ridiculous amount of light, and no one's house is ever this. So there's that, okay? So now I am going to re-dip just a little bit. I'm gonna offload. And then I'm going to come onto my lid and pounce that out so my brush isn't flat and it has a little more like floofiness, if you may. All right? And this is how you bring back all that highlight and that definition back to that little piece so it does not fall flat. It gives it its character back. You can use silver. You can use whatever color. Dixie Belle has a huge array of gilding waxes. Just kind of brush those edges. And then if it's a little bit too bright for your liking, you you can just dull it back just a little bit, but you can see the difference between the two, and that just gives it that sheen, and it's gonna photograph really well. It's gonna catch the sunlight across the house really well. It's gonna be really beautiful, okay? It's just so pretty. I'm gonna do one more, and then we're gonna go to the side, and we'll move on to the wax, okay? All right, so now we're just gonna come on in here, again, very lightly. Dust our sides. A very light hand. I know it looks like I'm smashing this on here, but I promise you I'm not. Okay, and now for the center part, I'm gonna just grab a little bit more wax, offload it on my tin, and then this is where the art part comes in. She's doing a but, oh, thank you. Thank you for whoever just answered. I just saw last second. Thank you. Okay, this is what that's looking like. It's very, very pretty. I'm gonna stop there because you don't need to watch me do this for another 45 minutes. It's gonna take me a minute to do that. So again, we painted it in peony in the chalk mineral line, and then we added depth with black wax. We went in with the gold gilding wax to kind of highlight those areas. Okay, now, so that it matches and doesn't look crazy town, we're going to do the side. And we're gonna do that with the water base best staying wax. What I'm going to do, very carefully, is I'm going to dip my brush into it. I'm going to offload my brush. So I just have a little bit. A very light hand with this. Less is more, okay? Less is more. We're creating a vignette, okay? Now mind you, there's gonna be a top. So see where my hand is? That's as far as you want your shadows to come down. If you're new to this, put your hand on the top and see where your hand shadows and add your shadowing that far. You can always adjust. It's easier to start light and add heavier. Okay? Not adding any more. You saw how very little I added to my brush. I did not add a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth to create that crease line. Okay, now I'm going to add just a very little bit, very little, okay? Again, I offload on my lid, and then I'm still going to offload on a shirt. I'm going to come down on the bottom just to be sure that I'm not smudging a huge blob on accident. You can do small circles, however you want to blur that line out. Very little. Offload on my top, offload on my shirt. Start at the very bottom. Your piece of furniture is going to be dirtier at the bottom. Again, you don't want to create a circle. Be very, very aware of that. You just want to kind of do your corners just a little bit, and then you're going to fade that line out. Then you can come back and you can just use whatever is left on your brush to just kind of soften. And I'm kind of just using the side of my brush and scrubbing, and that's the motion. There's not even any wax coming off on my glove. There's barely anything on there. I'm just blurring that line out. You want to stand back, you want to look at it, you want to make sure it's even. I like the way that looks, okay? Soften her in just maybe a little bit, because again, it does look a little different on camera than it does in person. If you're afraid of wax, definitely play with it. It's not as scary as you think it is. You can do this look with paint too. If you're scared of wax, you can create this with paint as well. I have plenty of tutorials on how to do that. Okay, let's look at it on camera. I like the way that that looks. Now, let's do this little piece right here so she's tied together and doesn't look funny, right? Again, very light tap. Offload and offload. And then here, same thing. That hair is blowing in my face. It's tickling my face. Open this door just a smidge. Do another small gentle tap. Offload on my lid, offload on my shirt. Here I am going heavier than I was over there because when this door is shut, this is very dark and I just want it to kind of match. Making sure I'm not, you guys. If I am, I'm sorry. I wish there was like a voice prompt where it would just speak out you guys' comments so I could answer it. That'd be great. Why is that not invented yet? Okay. So I can see that this is still a little too light right here. See how it matches better? All right, because that's what it's going to look like when our door is shut. And if you really want to, you can come back with your gold and you can just highlight this little edge. I usually do that too. I will just touch all around it so it's just not the front, so the whole piece is cohesive. I'll come in just a little bit on the edges and just kind of brighten it up just a smidge. All right, what do you guys think? So we learned how to age a piece with the best dang wax, and we learned how to add We learned how to spill my cup. We learned how to add definition and depth to a piece of furniture, and then you're gonna bring back that highlight so it's not so flat. Again, this is where we started, and this is where we finished. So I hope that was really helpful for you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you watching and following through this little piece of furniture's journey. Again, I will have the top on it next week and have the feet on it, and those will be the final things. That's not something I'm gonna do online because it's kind of not very interesting just to put feet on and put the top on. But if you guys keep your eyes peeled on over to my page on NTS Design Co., you will see the finished product of this piece. So you can follow me on all the socials. I post daily. So thank you guys. Jeannie, thank you. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back next Wednesday with a brand new. So stay tuned to that. Thank you very much. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Stay cool. It's hot out there. Bye, you guys.